podcast. If you're a friend, thanks for checking in.
And if you're a hater, thank you. We love our fans.
Yes, we do. So this is actually our first episode after like 10 million tries. We've been very nervous and then we took a break. But this is the real one now. So, in our podcast, we will be talking about like our life a little bit, well, a lot actually. And just giving advice. We're all in our 20s. We're all in different career paths in school or in outside of school, like in our daily general lives. Like we can all give you different point of view. So you'll get 4 different point of views. Why the fuck are you laughing, babe?
That's so funny.
Bro.
Anyways, we just wanted to make this a little sit down, chit chat with us, get
we have some drinks,
comfortable,
don't mind her.
get your snacks, get your wine, like sit down, chit chat,
Yes.
learn about us because this is what it's
Get
gonna
your
be
charger because
about.
it's going to be a long one, girl.
Okay, take notes or screenshots, whatever you want. No, I'm
Okay,
just
wait.
like-
Okay, I'm Jackie.
I'm Karen.
I'm Melanie.
I'm Nayeli.
Where did we meet?
How we all
High school.
We all pretty much met in high school. We started being friends, like acquaintances. I feel like we were never really a group until after high school.
Yeah.
That's when we pretty much just like all reached out. I feel like we all kind of fell through like a little loophole.
I feel like I brought them all together.
Yes, she definitely did. It was usually just Melanie and I. Then all of a sudden, you know, it was Karen and Melanie. In a good way. I said that like all of a sudden. She's like, I don't know why she's here. Switched up. No, it was you know, how did you guys start talking?
We actually had classes together in high school, and we would also do gymnastics and cross country together. So we were pretty close actually. So
Yeah.
yes, but it was just me and Karen, and it would be another like girl.
third party.
But now it's just us and Karen.
Yes, and the vibes are much cleaner here.
I guess we were the ones who stayed in connection like out of school.
Yeah.
Even though
for
Karen went MIA, but still.
I went MIA, but we'll get into
We'll
that
get
later.
into that.
I
But
know
then
that's why you're
me
here.
and Jackie have been
fine.
like knowing each other since literally first day of preschool.
Yeah, we met in preschool. I remember. Well, I don't remember. Melanie remembers so well how like she was like hiding behind her mom. I was over here like, Mom, please tell her mom to like have a play date. We had a play date the first day of preschool.
Because I was scared. It was my
Yeah.
first day of preschool,
like,
and I was like,
get her in the house right now.
We actually lived in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, we did. I remember. Okay, when it was time for us to leave, I remember I would always ask my mom like, "Oh, cocínanos macaroni con queso."
That's so cute.
That's all we would eat, mac and cheese with like our dino nuggets.
Jugando la oficina.
Oh yeah, dude. We
that's so
yeah,
cute.
that's like we were talking about this the other day. I was like, we literally manifested a 9 to 5 because we would play like la oficina every single time we would like hang
Yeah,
out.
his dad worked at a kitchen, and they would get a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, like paperwork.
And
So I'm
he
like,
was supposed to recycle it, so he would bring it to us, and
Yeah.
we would just play with it.
we would play with it. We would like highlight
Or
random
maestra.
stuff. Yeah, we were a play teacher. I remember I really wanted my name to be Rosa Flor. Up
Be-
until my
what
dad was
my name?
Violeta. Violeta. We had like such weird names. And then so yeah.
Cute though.
I know. I was like
I love
Rosa
that.
Flor. Like I always thought it was like Rosa. I remember Teresa was
I
like
think
a
I'm
big
actually
thing.
gonna name
That
my
gives me like telenovela
Yeah.
vibes.
Because I was like, yo quiero que me llamo Rosa Flor. And then
okay.
sí, así
Like
llámenme.
No, but actually, like, I actually think I'm gonna name my daughter Violeta. I've always liked
That's
that
a
name.
really cute name.
So yeah, so then after that, our first play date, I remember I was like, okay, like my mom was like, it's time to take her home. And I was like, oh, like, ¿dónde vives? Like, where do you live? She's like, oh, I live outside the house with
En
like
una
the yellow.
casa azul,
En una casa azul.
con las manos grises.
No, amarillas, eran amarillas.
No, they're gray.
They were yellow first.
Back then? Oh,
Yeah, back
yeah.
then.
And
I
they turned
remember.
gray?
I think my dad painted
yeah,
them.
your dad painted them.
Oh.
They were yellow, like chair hands. So then my dad was all over the neighborhood driving around. We're like, where
With the windows
heck?
down, they're like,
Yeah.
¿cuál es?
Like, ¿dónde están las manos?
Yeah. Melanie said, es esa mi casa.
They were hands.
Yeah, and they were
Yeah.
hands. And it was just honestly crazy. After that,
so
we were
cute.
super inseparable. We literally would not do
Sisters.
anything without each other. Like, everything.
We would shower together.
We would. My mom would shower.
TMI.
Yeah, TMI.
We would play bubble baths.
Yeah. I would create the bubble. I'm just kidding. No. So, like, yeah, we would even shower together. I remember we would, like, play. My mom was always, like, a big, like, earth mom. So she'd be like, oh, ¿quieren jugar en la tierra? Like, usen mis trastes.
Oh, that's
we
so
would
cool.
go play like the tierra, bro, like in
Yeah.
Mexico. We had a
Literally.
trampoline. We would put tierra and jump on it.
Yeah.
Unas tortillas.
Yes, literally.
Masa.
Really?
Masa. We would make masa con la tierra or whatever. I remember my fish died one time. We buried it.
One time we were like, oh, we should like put a lot of ants in a little box and take it inside the house.
Yeah, that was
Her mom picked us out.
That's a bad idea.
She's like, eso no se juega. We're like, son los animalitos de la casa.
Dude, we were. Oh no.
We
it
have a
was
lot of
terrible.
memories.
But yeah,
But
we
yeah.
could keep going on. But
Yeah, a lot
that's
of
how
people-
we
we
met.
That's another episode.
Yeah,
but that's so
we
cool.
tell people we're cousins, but we're not actually.
Yeah,
We're just
technically, like somehow our
we are related.
we're like yeah.
When Karen thought that they were cousins.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I actually just learned today that they're not cousins. I thought they've been cousins this whole time. I'm like, wow, I wish I had a relationship like that. Turns out that sometimes the best relationships are not blood related.
Yeah, like
So it's
period.
cool.
Okay, and then Nayeli, I met her in high school. We had we all the three of us had English.
Yeah, we had English.
Yeah, we had
class.
English together. I think that's how we got together, right?
We were
got
like we
so
made a
close.
Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
Project.
Project,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah,
You were in AP. You had a whole venue.
Karen was the nerd in high school.
They
Guys.
had a whole venue to make a Great Gatsby party. Remember our little poster? We got our dresses at Goodwill like a day before. I was like, I know.
I remember doing that. Yeah, I actually remember the groups that I had.
It's because Karen was a nerd in high school.
She was a big AP
But she was, like,
girl.
so-
she
she's
was
so smart.
dedicated.
Oh,
Yeah.
She
thank
is.
you guys.
Yeah.
She's very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got
Educated woman.
scholarships. She got
You name it.
Mm-hmm.
You name it.
Yeah.
Everything.
she was
Yeah.
in Harvard. No, I'm just kidding.
But then after COVID happened, like I guess all of us were just home because our senior year was
Yeah.
basically COVID year. We didn't have no graduation, nothing, no prom.
I was
No
sad.
problem.
That's
I
the
still had
saddest.
my
I was
I had
actually
my
looking
dress.
for our
Me
graduation
too, I already had our dress.
ceremony.
Me
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
And you know
prom.
what made it more harder? Like now that I graduated college, my mom was so sentimental because it was the first time seeing her. Like me
My
watching-
dad
Yeah.
was bald. My mom didn't even cry. My dad was like,
I remember
I was like,
both of our parents
oh
were
my
screaming
gosh.
because we had the same
Yeah.
graduation.
yeah.
That's so
But
cool.
yeah.
You know how they did the
The drive-through graduation.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I have a video of all of that.
dude? I
know.
didn't even get so mad. I was like, for what? Like, we're
Me
not gonna
too.
have a
I was
ceremony.
in
You
like
didn't
such
go?
a I don't think so either. But I had like such a negative attitude in 2020.
same.
I was like, what's the point of taking graduation photos?
I was
I
so
didn't
sad,
take any
though.
pictures, nothing. I was just kind of like,
Rel and I
Whatever.
did. I remember we had like a little like graduation like photo shoot outside my house. It was during COVID, so he didn't have a haircut. His hair was like a whole afro at that point. I even put on my prom dress because he's like, I want to see how you look in your prom dress.
sweet.
Oh, it was really nice.
Those of you that don't know
I
and
was
are new,
heartbroken.
Roel is her boyfriend.
Yes.
Yes.
This moment.
I met Nayeli, and we met Nayeli in high school, and then we talked a little outside of school. And then one time I was going to a music festival, and she asked me if I was going, and I was like, yeah, like you should come stay with us. And ever since then, we've been close.
We got close, yeah.
Every year we've been
We
to
got
that
close.
music festival together. And then I was like, oh, Jackie, like we should hang out with Nayeli and Karen.
Because
But Karen was MIA back then. Still.
No, I
But
used to work with
first-
Karen.
Oh yeah. You work with
No,
Karen.
go ahead.
Oh yeah, but first when COVID started, when I met Karen, we went
Oh,
to
the gym. We were all
gym.
trying to get in the
All
gym.
three of
guys.
us, yeah.
They were
That was
dedicated.
COVID.
I never showed up.
I was there. Me and Karen were going to the
Yeah.
gym so consistency.
Yeah, and Melanie and I were going to the gym together, and it was so good. Like we actually were like putting up all those weights and like.
No.
But that's nice. We met through the gym because definitely that's how I
think
kind
that's
of
how
knew
we
Nayeli.
got together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like all of us just one time I told Jackie like we should hang out with all of them, and then we've been hanging out since.
Yeah. And like with Jackie, through school, like I knew of her and through Melanie, but for sure when Jackie started working with me at the nursing home, that's when we started to get closer because we were working shifts together, helping each other
And
out.
then I got
Oh, you guys worked together.
Yeah,
I was
they
her
worked
manager.
together.
I was her
COVID
manager.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though. So we've all kind of been intertwined here and there.
Yeah.
Definitely take your own roads though, because like
Yeah.
being in your 20s is chaotic.
Yeah, and I'm 22. Holly.
I'm 23.
I'm 23.
I'm 22.
Yeah. So you
You're
think
the baby here, right?
me and Karen
When's
are.
your birthday
Yeah,
again?
yours is
July.
July. You're May.
Mm-hmm.
So you,
So
right?
she's a baby.
Yeah, you're the baby.
I remember the first time I had ever heard about Nayeli, it was for her quince. You were the first one out of everyone.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
so
the
jealous.
oldest.
I was like, I can't wait for my kids.
You
I'm
had
that bitch.
dude,
I'm that big.
her dress was beautiful.
Pink, like this.
It was like
Like
naranjito. Yes, I remember that.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know
Back
why
then,
I have such
coral
a
was my
vision.
favorite.
And
color.
Out of everyone, I was
The
like,
expectations were
Yeah.
set. You
Yeah.
heard.
They were high.
The
They were up
expectations
there.
were
Yeah.
high. So.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like the oldest one, right?
Yeah, she's a grandma.
Oldest.
Oh.
She's wise. She's wise.
Okay,
wise.
let's put this way. It's the sexy grandma.
Oh,
They are in our lives now.
Yeah, for sure.
Ever since high school.
I can start.
Okay.
Wait,
go.
Okay.
Okay, so straight out of high school, I was a CNA. That's where I mostly got closer with Karen. It was a huge time because it was during COVID. So, like, it was healthcare and COVID. I feel like it just, of course, did not mix well. Everyone was panicking. I was panicking. I remember, I don't know if I've ever told you guys, the first time I got COVID, I had a straight panic attack because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to bring it to the house. Like, my parents are going to get sick. I instantly thought my parents are going to die that moment.
That's crazy. I have never gotten COVID. Like
I
thank
have.
God.
I have.
I had it 3 times already.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
boyfriend
twice.
got COVID. Dude, he was very, very sick.
My
Like,
brother
I couldn't
ended-
see him.
My brother
I
ended up
was
in the
not able to
hospital.
see him anymore. Like I was like,
That's scary. No, I remember when your brother got
My
COVID.
brother got COVID. He ended up in the
oh
hospital.
my
he
gosh, I remember.
he almost had to get
Your
intubated.
sister-in-law was very, very
And she
sad,
was
right?
pregnant. And my sister-in-law
Oh my
was
gosh!
pregnant.
Because I
Wow.
remember that's when I had barely graduated. I had gotten my CNA. I knew how to take blood pressures and everything. So they called me. I remember we wore like 2 masks. Her brother was laying on the floor.
He
couldn't breathe.
He would be like,
Yeah, we ran
So
like
bad.
my
That's
mom and I
crazy.
bought like an oxygen meter. I was taking his blood pressure. I was telling her sister-in-law like the moment his like O2 like
Drops.
O2 his oxygen levels get like under 90 or even at 92, that's when you got to take him to the hospital. Like we were praying so much upon your like brother because it was like, oh my gosh, like that was like
It was
I
a
feel
lot.
it was
It was
very
scary.
It was
It
a
was
lot.
very a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like that brought me and my brother a lot of closer because me and my brother had never been close. But I remember like my sister was crying, my mom, my dad, because it was like very serious. And my brother, like his lungs, like you could hear him breathe,
Just
and it
wheeze
was
and
just
everything.
not normal.
Yeah.
And I would cry because I was scared, like
Especially because
seeing
he's
my
the
parents.
oldest.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
her mom would literally call my mom like, comadre, like mi hijo se me va a morir, like he's gonna die on me. Like I was like, I like just hearing
And
everything.
every day in the news
No.
hearing
So
like,
scary.
oh, this many
Then
people
a lot of
died
people
today.
died.
These many
yeah.
people died
It's
today.
crazy.
And and my sister-in-law was also pregnant. She had COVID as well, and like she couldn't take no medication because she was pregnant. And then we had to end up taking my brother to the hospital. She was even more upset because she couldn't even walk in with him.
I
Like
can't imagine.
you had to leave him at the
sister-in-law
door, and
being
that's it. To the point where they were like, "Oh, if his oxygen level like don't like get better, like we would have to interview him." And like in the news, like at that time, they were saying like once somebody gets interviewed,
They're
they
done.
never come
Yeah.
back.
Oh, that's so scary.
That's so
Yeah, but thank God,
scary.
you know, it didn't end up being like that. He stayed in the hospital, I think, for almost like a week and a half. But other than that, then he was fine, and he was here for visitation. He lives in California, so
Yeah, that was the
he had to like
craziest
call his
part.
boss, tell him to stay longer because he had his life in California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what happened with. See, like that was like the scariest part. So walking into the healthcare field, and you're just like, whoa, like what am I stepping into? And I always wanted to be a nurse. I was like, I want to be a nurse. I want to be a nurse. Like that was like my biggest dream. And after that, like all the nurses there would be like, I hate being a nurse. Like I hate it here. I wish I could have chose a different career. Like everyone gets to stay home. I'm here working, exposing myself, exposing my family. So I was like, man, like I don't want that for the rest of my life. Like it was just so much like anxiety and like just overall problems that they would take home. I was like, I don't want to come home to like my future husband, my future kids, and it's like, oh, I'm so tired of work. Like leave me alone. So I was just thinking, you know, let me change my career path. I always knew I wanted to be in the medical field because I grew up with I took care of an uncle of mine to the moment he passed away. And it was always like trying to give back. So I'm like, okay, I want to give back to them. You know, they were a huge part when my uncle was sick. So I want to be a part of that motion. So then afterwards, I did the whole CNA thing. And I went to college. I got my associates in applied sciences, and I'm also a medical assistant. So it just opened up a lot of more doors for me. Currently, I'm working as pretty much like half and half medical assistant and administrator at a clinic, and I love it. It's honestly such a huge change from CNA, and mostly with CNA, I feel like just myself too. I'm very big on emotions and stuff. So with my patients, it was always like, oh, if you pass away, I would dream them that same night. It was always like something I would hold towards my heart. Like, I knew how these people liked their coffee. I knew how they wanted their socks inside out because they would, whatever. Like, these little small details, their routine, everything they liked, and it, all of a sudden, they're gone. And what do I do? So I feel like it takes a lot for a person, like a lot of courage to take in that job, to take in everything you do, and also know, like, mentally what's going on. Like, you have to be very conscious about what you're doing with all these people. You're given like about 13 patients, and you're just like, whoa, like, I'm taking care of 13 people. And it's not just like a normal babysitter. Like, even when they're older, even like the smallest like bruise could lead into something huge.
They're so delicate.
They're so delicate. So I'm like, okay, you know what? It was an amazing job, an amazing experience, and I would do it again in a million years. But I'm so glad that I'm out of that environment, because I feel like mentally it was just also draining me to the point where I cared too much. And it's not in a care way, like in a bad way.
I feel like you're just such a caring person.
Yeah, that too. I feel like it was always like, I grew up with that too. Like, kill them with kindness. Like, be nice to your elders. Like, don't ever disrespect anyone, even if they're being mean to you. Like, be nice. So it was hard, but I'm glad where I'm at. And I mean, I kind of do plan on going back to college, getting my bachelor's. Who knows?
Nice.
I'm still thinking about it. It's also a big change, just going from one thing to another. But I love the medical field. I love everything. Currently, I'm a dog mom. I love my puppy. His name is Sully. Threw him a birthday party. You guys were all there.
Yeah. I couldn't go, but that was so cute. Yeah,
I threw him a birthday party. I'm extra like that.
Nah,
it was
she
a
nice
nice
birthday party. It was so cute. They had outfits and everything.
We were there
for
little
costumes.
Yeah, it was really cute. It was cool.
I like the parties, very cute.
And I love them. And then I'm also a girlfriend. I love my man. We talked about. So, I mean, I don't really.
How do you like your job? Like, what do you do on a routine? Maybe some people want to know.
I help with like mostly the like paperwork and stuff. So like calling in patients, like, hey, your appointment is tomorrow. Prescriptions, anything like that. Like, oh, hey, like, I want to start on this medication. Like, what do you think? Or what do you think the doctor would tell me? Or like pretty much like screen the phone calls. Like, hey, how are you? Like, what are you doing? Like, how are you feeling? You just started this medication. Like, do you feel this? Do you feel that? Also, they've given me like a little bit of the billing side, so that I've helped with like billing and stuff. And
that's good too, though. That's
good money. Sometimes I haven't had much one-on-one contact with like patients, but I have a couple times, and it's nice because you're just like, okay, you have to get comfortable. This is my patient. Mostly when they're conscious, because at the nursing home I would work with a lot of dementia patients, so it was always like, okay, they're there but they're not there. So now with like conscious patients, you're like, okay, you have to actually keep like.
Because it's important. You're like the translator, not the translator, but the middleman, right?
Exactly. Like, if I don't get a certain information right, like, okay, the doctors are not going to know what to do exactly. So you have to be really attentive to it, which is good. Like, I don't mind it, but it is hard. Like, I just started the job 3 months ago, and it's like, whoa. It was a huge change.
Big girl job.
Yeah, my big girl job.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But I love it. I'm really happy. I like my schedule, so it's been an amazing
experience. Yeah, that's so good. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Period.
We're all proud.
Yeah, we're all so proud. I remember working at the nursing home with Jackie, and then she would be like overwhelmed because she's like, oh my gosh, like because we would work at a facility that had different floors, and like if somebody didn't show up for their shift, you might be somebody that's going to get moved to another floor, and you're going to start like 2 hours late into your shift.
They would always move me. Well, both of us. Right after Karen left, that was me.
Yeah, and I remember I would literally tell Jackie, I'm like, girl, you need to stand up for yourself because you're being tossed
Jackie
around.
Is too nice.
And I remember I would like almost argue with Jackie because I'm like, you're too nice, girl. These people are I was like, these people are stepping all over you. And eventually that's when I was like, I hope she catches on to what I was telling her, because I ended up leaving and then I was working at different other nursing homes.
Okay, well, tell them what you do now.
Yeah, now I'll transition to me.
Yes.
With me, my life experience after the class of like 2020, no graduation, no prom. I think COVID was like a difficult time for basically everybody, but for me, I think that really caused me to kind of like close in, because basically around senior year, I feel like I wasn't, well, all of high school, I think I wasn't vulnerable enough in my friendships, so I don't think I really had a close group because I was very closed off with a lot of people, so I wouldn't be somebody to kind of open up and tell people my problems and stuff like that, because I don't like putting my problems on everybody else's shoulders, if that makes sense. So I was doing my own thing. Like I said, I was working with Jackie for some time. After COVID, I left the nursing home and I started doing agency CNA. And for those of you that don't know, that's essentially going to different facilities, different nursing homes. And I liked it for the experience and the networking. Much later on is when I realized, like, hey, this is not really what I want to be doing for the rest of my life. Like, I'm really exhausted physically, mentally, and like in every way. It was so draining. And then that's when I started working at a dental office, and I was doing dental
assistant.
Yeah, dental work, which was like, being a dental assistant. It was pretty cool. I think there's a lot of good stuff you can learn working at a dental office as to like overall hygiene, right? But also like in different experiences and like the different tools that I've learned was pretty cool. But I didn't last too long in that office just because I didn't like the actual office environment. I thought it was actually really dirty, and I didn't want to work in a dirty office. Like, I thought that morally that's really gross. Like, you are running a dental business and it's not clean. And on top of that, I've noticed that the people that were kind of workers there, like, I didn't like the way they were with each other. It was very much like you're friendly, but then you turn around and you're talking bad about them immediately. And it was like a group of like 6 girls in the office, so it was like, this is not my type of vibes. Later on, like, my boyfriend and I at the time were already moved out, so we ended up getting pregnant, and that was like a really fun experience for us. Really scary, right? Because, you know, getting pregnant is really nerve-wracking. When you're getting older, you don't know what to expect, but look, you know, thanks to God, everything came out really well with my baby girl Leilani. And I know that, I don't know if many of you know about this or have seen pictures of her and all, because I know I went MIA like on social media.
Let's talk about this.
I know, right when she went MIA.
Yeah.
No, well, one time we were just like, oh, we should like, because me and Karen and Jackie had hanged out, and then like one day out of nowhere, like, I can't find Karen on no Snapchat, no Instagram, nothing, no Facebook. I was like, what did I ever do to her? Like, we were like actually overthinking, like, oh, should we text her? Like, and then Jackie's like, you text her, like, I'm scared.
I know. I was like, you know what? Let's just make a group chat. I feel like it took us like at least like 3 months to be like, okay, like, what if she doesn't want to be our friend?
Yeah, like, we were scared.
Yeah.
No, well,
and like, but I understand, because after like we talked to Karen and she told us like, you know, she was having a baby, and it's understandable, you know, like, but look at us now, we're all tias.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
To Leilani.
Yeah, that's definitely a whole nother stage in my life. I don't remember exactly when I went MIA, but it was probably around 2022 that I decided that I was like, you know what, I'm going to delete basically all of my social media, because I deleted my Instagram, my Snapchat, Facebook. I like didn't update any pictures. I deleted my head, like the cover photo. I never shared anything, and like I didn't have anything. Basically, I went super MIA, like was just living my own life, focusing on myself and my relationship. And that's when later on, I think the baby came on a few years later. But Diego and I had already moved in. Like, we were already moved in for a year and a half, I think, when we had the baby, when we found out we were pregnant. So I think a lot of people maybe might have the misconception that I got pregnant and then I moved out. But no, that's not the case.
She had already heard.
Yeah,
I went to her
clarifying that now.
She was a big girl already.
Yeah, no, yeah. So I'm clarifying that now. But yeah,
that she's the boss that's out there.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Let's not say
like,
names.
just comment down below your questions.
Let them know.
No,
Let them know.
Comment below your questions. No. But for sure, that was an experience. I think if you guys want to hear more about pregnancy itself, that's a whole nother like topic.
Podcast.
But yeah, and then when I had my daughter, a few months later, I was like, oh my God, I need to get my bag. I need to get my life together. So I was like, let's see what I kind of want to do. And this was at the time where my parents bought a place. And I was like, what if I do real estate? Like, it's so awesome to see how you can really help people with their homes. And there's a lot of things that not only just immigrants, but a lot of like people don't know about that they have rights here in America. And if you kind of educate people and you tell them like, hey, I know you're illegal, but you can get a home here. Like, it's not impossible. For a lot of people, that's the American dream. And I think that it would be so cool to like help people with that. So I took classes for real estate, and I got licensed at the end of the year. So like December, I passed. I got licensed, and I'm a broker, realtor now. So let me know if you need a home, invest, buy, sell. Girl, I do it all. So
Everything.
let me know. Give me a call. And essentially, that's my life. I'm with my boo, with my baby, and we are very, very happy.
And your
oh
hustle?
yeah, totally. I have a side hustle that I've been doing for a while. I was sweating. I'm nervous.
No, like I'm trying to cover everything.
I know, like trying to cover everything. It's because I really have been MIA, so I'm so sorry about all that. But the small business that I have is basically like crafting projects that my mom and I do, or we do like vinyl on T-shirts or like on car decals, like any kind of like personalized products. That's what we basically do, and it's a fun thing that I do with my mom. My mom really likes it, and I support her, and she supports me, and that's my small business. So if you need
shirts, business
cards,
so
cups, let me know.
Custom things.
I do it all.
Or the florist out there, if you guys need a ribbon,
you'll hear about that
she's
soon.
The one that make my ribbons for my bouquets. So
yeah, like
let
anything
her know.
For sure. But that's basically a little summary of my life.
Okay, I guess I'll go next. Yeah. Okay, so after high school, I was debating if I wanted to go to college, because for me, so my brother went to college, my sister didn't. So then my parents were like, oh, like they would just assume like, damn, Melanie is probably gonna waste our money, like we're not gonna help her pay for school. So like they basically told me like, if you want to go to school, but we're not gonna help you. Basically, you're on your own. And I was like, oh, like, what am I going to do? So then at that time, I was working at Chipotle. And, like, I was very struggling because I was like, oh, I want to go to school. But, like, you know, I don't have money. Like, my parents made too much money for them to accept me for FAFSA. So FAFSA wasn't even an option. But I got a scholarship for, like, my first semester. And I was like, oh, my God, like, thank God. And then I got promoted into a manager in Chipotle, which they were giving me more money. So I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm going to take advantage of this. Like, I can go to school and, like, work, like, 60 hours a week. So I was working a lot.
And
she works.
Yeah, she's a hard worker, y'all.
No days off. Like,
till this day, I don't have a
disciplined.
Day off. But hey, as before I want to go out, I'm still there.
For real.
No, but like honestly, like yeah, like I was like trying to manage my life and still go to school. Like there would be times where I would sleep at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. and go to work at 6 a.m. a double of 11 hours.
You crazy girl.
Yeah, but like I mean, look at me. Like I actually ended up graduating. I paid for my own school. Period. I became a paralegal and now going to law school. But I'm very, like, I feel like now that I've been in school for so long, I'm like, oh my God, like, do I really want to go to school?
Girl, you are a lawyer.
But I actually do. Like, I've always,
she's
like,
gonna be our lawyer, guys.
Yes, like, I've always wanted to be an immigration lawyer, especially now with, like, what's happening now. Yeah. Like, I feel like my parents, like, I grew up seeing them, like, American people being discriminating to them, like, which I feel like they don't deserve. My parents came into this country. They have their own business. They're very successful. Mm-hmm. They pay taxes. They do anything an American honestly would do here. So I honestly feel like other people, like, should have their rights. And I feel like one day, like, I always told myself, like, I'm going to be a lawyer and I'm going to help people fix their papers. So that's my goal. But yeah, like, that's been my life. I work at a law firm and for real estate as well, like Karen. Mm-hmm. So I've been working there for around like 6 months and I really like it. And before that, I was working at a disability law firm, which I also liked for the experience. Like, I got a lot of good experience from there. But it didn't work that much because I feel like they would take advantage of me because I was the young one. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I have experience now and yeah, I've been working at that law firm for now, and I like it. I can't complain. And that's been my life. Well, for that. Because I feel like I talk too much, guys.
No, don't even. You have, like, A lot
of
I'm super
experience.
shy. Like, I'm a dog mom.
Yeah.
I have Kobe. He's a little pug. And then I also have my boyfriend. We've been together almost like 5 years in total, like talking together and like everything. We like to travel a lot, so I love to travel the world.
Yeah.
How long have you been with Diego?
Oh my gosh, it's been about 8 years already.
Yes, look
So
at
it's
Karen.
been a
Karen is
long
my
time.
motivation.
Girl, you gotta put in that work to make a
Yeah.
relationship work. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah,
say.
but I'm very happy with my relationship. At this point, we're basically married.
Yeah.
So I'm a wife too. You
I
can say.
want a ring.
I'm a wife.
Yeah, if you're watching this,
If you're watching this, babe, please.
oh, that's so exciting.
2025, please.
It's on the vision board. It's the biggest thing.
That's my life. Oh, and he also has a husky. Yeah, Kai. You have Kai, the husky. He's a little hunter.
What did you tell me last time that he killed bunnies and rabbits and
Okay, guys.
Well, that's what they
Squirrels
do. That's
and-
what they do.
It's
All
like
animals
wolf-
are-
not my Frenchie?
Well, because he's modern.
Like, yeah.
It's
but-
crazy how much you fall in love with a dog.
Wait, I was gonna say. Oh, go ahead. No, I have a poodle too. His name is Terry, and he's like this big. Well, he's a standard poodle. He's so freaking cute and very friendly.
Yeah.
Got to
But
say
I
that.
mean, that's been my life.
Yes.
Yeah, we're actually
Nayeli.
me and my boyfriend are planning a long trip this summer. So.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
We're
They like
going
to
to
travel.
Cancun in
Wait,
May.
that's
Oh
awesome.
yeah, we're gonna have content.
Wait, Melanie, where have you gone? You gotta tell the
No,
audience.
I've been to Spain, Italy, and Japan, and Cancun.
And what about? Oh yeah, Japan. Yeah. Japan was like, I'm like, dang, how many countries are in that thing?
Yeah, we love to travel. Literally, that's like our
Yeah.
whole goal. But after
Japan
that, like
is
obviously
huge.
we want to settle down. But
Yeah.
right now we need to travel the world.
Yeah, take advantage.
Yes, especially now that my
And you
boyfriend's
guys are in
gonna
your early
graduate.
20s.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have
And
time.
Miguel's
Yeah,
about to
a lot of
graduate,
time.
so
Yeah, that's incredible.
shout out to my boo. He's gonna take care of me. He's gonna take care of me. Okay, but that's been my life. So
Nayeli?
let's pass it to Nayeli.
Okay, well, in my life, so after high school, not having a career was not an option. I need to get a career, obviously. So, the school that I went to was at National Louis. I got my bachelor's. I graduated last year in May. And I majored in criminal justice and I minor in human services. And the job that I'm going for is that, I want to become a police officer. So I know you guys are asking that why I want to become an officer. Well, my life was a little rough. And
That's the story.
that's the story that, yeah.
Another time, comments below.
I won't say any like more details, but I want to be honest with you guys, but I had a broken family, and my younger self was very, very depressed. The only reason I want to be an officer is because I just want to fulfill my younger self to be happy. You know, like I really want to tell my younger self one day, hey, you got the job. You got the job.
Like, you
now
did that.
now it's your time to take care of other people. You know? But yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why I want to be an officer.
No, that's a
Yeah.
big thing. I feel like, I don't know, I grew up with the fear of, like, cops. Like, I also had, like, a tough childhood. And it was always, like, cops at the house, like, every weekend.
It could be scary.
Yeah.
And it's
it
just
could
like,
be
oh
scary.
my gosh, like, a cop. Like, I feared. I feel like I had a huge fear. I remember one time we had a really bad car accident. And when the cops came, I peed myself because I was like, oh my gosh, like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Like, what's
Yeah.
going to go on? And it wasn't even our fault. We weren't in the fault. But still, it was just so crazy. I feel like it's just a huge, like, misconception, mostly for Hispanics. I feel
Yes.
like it was always, like,
that
fear the cops.
implanted,
fear,
yeah.
fear everything.
In general.
Yeah, and that's really good. I feel like you'd be an amazing cop. Like,
Yes,
you're just
you
Yeah.
you just provide that safetyness.
Yeah, like heading on that, like a lot of people judge me just because I'm a woman and just because like our Mexican culture, like the tias would be like, oh, like you should have been a teacher, you should have been a doctor, you should have been a nurse, you should have
Yeah.
been a lawyer. like
But
be
too.
I want to do something different in our culture,
Yeah.
you know, like I'm not gonna continue that history, you know.
Yeah.
But
No, for
A lot of times too, like the tias and all of them, they're just
Yeah,
projecting. Like
it's
that's really what
always
it
the
is.
tias.
Like
I
Yeah.
feel like
it's somebody.
it's
Yes.
mostly like jealousy.
Or they
'cause
try to compare, like, oh,
that's what, like,
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
have that option, like, why should you? You
Exactly.
know, kinda?
or sometimes they compare with their children, like their
Yeah.
cousins,
Yeah,
and
that's
then like
Like,
that's
hoy
really
está
cool.
haciendo esto.
Oh, la Jenny
Yeah.
fue al colegio. Me vale madres que hizo tu Jenny.
Y también hace otras cosas.
Y también hizo muchas otras cosas, tía.
Yeah, like, or like not going to college, like, it's fine. Like, it's okay. Like, it's not for everybody. Like, you can
Yeah.
still be, like, look at Karen, broker,
Yeah.
real estate. She didn't have to go to school, like, 3 years.
Exactly.
And I got hella scholarships, and I took that money and ran with it. So
and
I made what I
give you
wanted.
props for that.
Yeah.
I give you
Yeah,
props.
thank
That's a
you.
lot.
Yeah.
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 No, it's crazy. Like, I feel like you said, there was no option. It was either
No,
Yeah.
it
you
wasn't.
get a career, or
Because that
what are you
was
gonna do with
my
your life?
mindset.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I had that.
And at the
you
end
know?
of the day, it's what you want, not what everybody's
Exactly.
telling you.
And at the end of the day, we're getting paid.
Cálmate, Ashley.
Okay, Ashley Trevino.
Okay,
And at the start of the
Ashley.
Hey, let us know if we should like do another podcast with her.
We should invite her.
Let us know if you guys really want her on here. I'll call her. She's just gonna have to come tomorrow or something.
We'll go find her, guys. We know
No,
where
no,
she
no.
lives.
We know. We'll DoorDash her.
But not on the couch.
Alright,
no
let's-
bed bugs.
But anyways, guys.
Pause, guys. So unfortunately, we were getting off topic a lot. So we would never actually let Nayeli finish her story on where she came and where she sat at her life. So here's a little bit of her. We're gonna include it here out of the video. But we're sorry, guys. We will try to get better at doing these podcasts. This is our first one, so bear with us. But thank you and enjoy.
So continuing with my life, 2 years ago I moved in with my boyfriend. We've been dating for 6 years now. I was a junior and he was a senior when we met in high school. So we're basically like high school sweethearts. But yeah, that's my life. Oh, and also we have a new baby in our apartment. His name is Milo. He is such a little sassy Frenchie and he always gets in trouble all the time, but it's okay. We love him. But yeah, we'll continue with the video.
At the end of the day.
But at the end of the day, this is about us.
Yeah,
not about her.
seriously. No, but it's like so crazy how like life takes you through different journeys. Like
Yeah.
growing up too, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do all of this and that. Like I've had an idea that I wanted to be like a
Karen
vet.
was always the person that had her whole future planned.
Yeah,
She
like
would
I
be
was
like, oh, I'm gonna
yeah.
do this and this and this and this.
Yeah, I think it's so cool. I mean, not cool, but like interesting seeing how things were like in high school and then out of
Yeah.
high school. And I'm like, wow, what freaking changed? Like a flip in direction that I was going through. But I think that maybe after COVID, I think I was like super depressed and I did not believe in myself whatsoever. And I was
I
like,
think that was like the depressing
Yeah.
times.
I feel like everybody, especially us, because you know we didn't get to see our graduate. We didn't feel like we graduated.
Yeah, seriously.
I feel like they just gave us a diploma and like, okay, bye.
especially like starting college,
Yeah.
like
that's
I
why
think,
I
like,
lost all my
yeah.
doing
motivation.
Zoom
Yeah.
classes was not it for me.
I would
Like I
literally-
feel like I was not like paying attention.
I would
at
literally
all.
be sleeping in my history class.
Yeah.
I would turn it on and be in my bed, like, and they would put us like movies, not even teach.
Exactly.
Like,
Like, the teachers wouldn't even
Yeah.
teach at all.
I feel like it was also like a very hard time for them because it's like, what do we do with these kids?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was hard for
Uh-huh.
everybody. Yeah, sincerely looking at it.
and
from
also
both
like
ways.
teachers are not like, we're not taught to teach from
Yeah,
home.
Exactly.
Yeah, it must
So they
have
were
been
like also
difficult.
like struggling to also get
Yeah.
in that routine, and then applying to college. You know, like before COVID, I remember
Yeah.
like we would go visit colleges. Like, oh, help you do your resume, help you do your essay. Like, no, we didn't
We
have the
didn't
help
have
at the
any
end.
help.
It's
I
like
feel-
for me, like if I want to be an officer, I have to be testing every department.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like where I apply, like I'm still am applying. Like all those departments that I'm applying, like there's some departments that didn't even accept me because of my background, because of my tattoos, because of my what else did I tell you that didn't even accept me?
Isn't it over like experience too? Like,
Like, yeah.
Maybe experience.
And I feel like that's
yeah.
so hard for us right now because, like Jackie, she struggled to find a
I
job
struggled
out of
before.
college. Like, okay,
Yeah,
thankfully,
yeah.
I don't feel like I didn't struggle, because I started working at a law firm way before I graduated as an internship, and they like offered me a job. But if it wasn't for that, I probably would have been so hard for me to find a job with no experience, because I stayed there to gain experience. So I feel like, especially for people who graduate, like, I don't know if you guys probably have finished college or not, but like, don't think like graduating you're probably like, oh my god, like
job.
wow,
No,
like no, you have dollars,
because you feel like you graduate and you're such like at a such high point.
You're like, wow,
damn, I did this. This is me. This is all me.
Like they're gonna
reality hits you. You're just like, oh. This
or
is
like
not
becoming
the job
a
I
realtor,
wanted.
like maybe Karen, you probably thought, oh my god, I'm gonna sell a house, like oh my god, I'm gonna make so much money. But I mean, you guys don't know the depths of like actually trying to help somebody buy a house, get accepted for a loan.
Yeah, like there's a process for everything.
Yeah, like it's not easy. You have to start somewhere.
Yes, everything always looks so like
perfect.
The grass is always greener on the other side.
And you've been doing such a good job.
Oh,
Karen is
you're
such a great mom.
Yeah, she is, guys. You guys stand not seeing Karen with her baby. She is like, she's that mom.
I'm balding.
I'm sweating. No, I'm just playing. But it's not easy. Kids take.
And
a
you
lot of
still
work.
like got your real estate license, and we're taking care of Lonnie.
Yeah, I know.
Like you did that, bro.
Thank you
did
guys.
that.
No, yeah, that's why Diego kind of put me in check. He was like, "No, dude, you're in school. You got a small business, and
you have your
taking care of
small
Honey."
business.
He's like, you're good. You're good." And I was like, "Okay, thank you." Like, yeah. So that's why I was like, I'm really proud of you guys, and I'm really happy to be a part of the group with you guys. I think it's awesome how everybody is in like different careers.
Yes.
Like when we all got together, we were like, "So what's going on?" And it was like, "Wow, that's cool."
But yeah, I feel like we're all in different places, but like I feel like we all got each other.
For sure.
Yeah, like I could really guys say this, like you guys are my true friends. Like my whole high school, like I thought like, oh my god, what we like high school's over, like I'm still gonna be friends with all of these people, and like
it's crazy how like life just flashes so fast.
Yeah, like now we're
like,
20.
whoa.
I'm 22.
I'm 23.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But I feel like this is like a good intro, right?
Yeah. This is a
okay,
good
like guys, well,
intro.
this is a little bit of us, and we hope you guys like it and keep staying like to hear our other episodes.
There's so much more that's happened in our lives.
Yes, we have a
So
lot
cool
to talk
share.
about, but this is gonna be for like our first episode, like get to know us and what we do. And
if you guys have any questions, want to ask any questions,
yes,
leave in the comments.
or what you want to hear like us talk about,
or even improvements. If you guys think like, oh, move a little bit to the left,
yeah, or this microphone.
She like fix her hair.
Yeah, like why she
look like that?
Built like that?
Why she talk like that?
Yeah, for real. Like
No,
just
like
overall, we're
down.
trying. We're really trying to put ourselves out here. It's a really hard world. It's
But
really,
it's also fun. I feel like
it's really fun.
We also
yeah.
think of this like therapy.
Of course, yeah.
You guys
this
are
is
the
like,
therapist.
you guys are listening to us, and we're trying to be as vulnerable as we can in a respectful way too, towards ourselves and just overall like the people in our surroundings.
Yeah.
We can't just go out here and talk about like, oh yeah, she did me dirty. We can't just go pointing fingers. And
don't take it personal. Honestly, all of this is our point of view and how we saw it. Like if we talk like about a situation, like don't think it's like, oh my god, we're bringing back the drama.
Set in stone or
it's
whatever.
It's just like it happened, and it happened to us, and like it's not like we're lying. Like maybe you think differently, but this is how we saw it in our point of view.
Exactly. Like just as much as we want health for us, we want health for you guys and whoever's watching.
And if you're a hater, it's okay. You're a fan.
Well, you're a fan.
You're watching,
and it's okay. Like no one's judging. No one's wanting to bring any old, like she said, any old drama. We're really just trying to spread some love, positivity, and overall just
talk about our 20s.
Talk about our 20s. Talk about how we're trying to be some empowering Latinas.
Yes.
Yeah. And trying to get through these,
tough times.
Mid-20s.
Are you hungry? Hard.
It's really hard
No, I'm
out
not
here.
hungry.
It's really hard out here, guys.
It's really hard out here, guys. Buy a freaking house or something.
Yeah.
Get your bag together.
Oh, you
Buy a
forgot
house,
to tell
go to
them
the
about your
doctor,
business.
Yeah.
Wait,
We got problems. We got
forgot to
paralegal.
say about her business.
Oh, I was just saying that. I'm like, go buy a house, go to the doctor, go to paralegal, go get some bouquets.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell them,
Yeah.
guys.
I started my own business as a florist. I started last year, right? Melanie was the one that pushed me.
I told her do it.
But
Just do
if it wasn't for her, like I wouldn't even do this.
She does some nice bouquets, like nice.
Yeah,
bouquets.
she does. She
And
does.
guys,
I
tell
learned
them
a lot. I
this
learned a lot.
February how many orders you got.
Ooh.
So the day of Valentine's Day, I have 11 orders to do.
Per
11 orders.
11
getting that
happy
bag.
girls out there.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Los que no
for
son
real.
codos.
Oh,
Just
Get your
saying.
bag up.
I'm just putting it out there. Nah, just kidding, guys. Just kidding.
Okay.
And then the day before, I have 3. And
Oh,
then
damn.
on the 12th, I only have 1.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're gonna be busy, girl.
Yeah, I'm
All
gonna be
different
busy
sizes
this whole week.
Yeah, all different size bouquets. So
So if you want like your bouquet in a little shirt, mugs, you know. You have
oh
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we all do all different kinds of things, and it's always about getting better and improving as like women, as Latinas, as like
And supporting each other.
yeah.
yeah. Everybody here is such great support.
Yeah, if you need help, if you want to come out here on the podcast, talk about it.
Hey,
if you want to
we
join our
got
therapy
you.
session, we can fit you in this couch.
Yeah, we will make it fit. We will make it work.
We will make you
Make it
fit
happen.
into this episode, into this podcast. We just wanna thank everyone for
Yeah,
following.
thank you
We
guys.
haven't even posted anything, and everyone's following.
Thank you guys.
We love you guys.
Real
That's really
ones.
nice.
I know I bribed some people into following me, but
No,
it was
okay.
only my family.
So yeah, thanks guys, and
But thank you, and stay tuned for the next episode.
The next episode, comment down below, give it a like,
Subscribe, comment, like,
subscribe,
everything.
Much love, the power of 4.
Yeah, this is the
Bye.
Power of 4 podcast. Bye, guys.